I'm here with Mark Hamill backstage at Celebration Europe. We just come from your show. It was fantastic. One thing I didn't ask you out there. Well, this year we celebrate the 30th anniversary of Return of the Jedi.
Correct.
A film that I was involved with as well. It's where I first met you.
Right.
What memories have you got of the film and me? And then I'll tell you a memory I have of you.
All right. I remember thinking that a certain creeping cynicism had infected the principal actors, in the sense that, you know, oh gosh, it's the third and final piece, let's get on with it and get it over with. Which, you know, I mean, I'm sort of I didn't want to be the, you know, like the pep squad leader, but you know, it was hard to go say, come on guys, you know, let's get into it, it's our last hurrah. And sitting outside a soundstage, whizzing at us with amazing skill, was this young boy who was just incredibly skilled on these roller skates, just flying along like a superhero or something. Oh my God, who's that? You know, well, that's the guy who's going to play the Ewok. He's going to play Wicket. And I said, he looks like he's a baby. He looks like he's 6 years old or something. No, he's grown up. He's like 10 or 11.
That's right, yeah.
But what I thought was so great about it was the first time that we had someone who was a fan originally, who now was part of the family, which was a breath of fresh air in a way. And it was very hard for all the grown-ups to be so jaded around somebody that was just so full of beaming with enthusiasm
I was
and joy.
so excited to be there.
Oh my gosh! And yeah, I mean, it was just wonderful, and you were just so funny, and we just all loved you so much.
Do you remember that you said to me, "Do you collect Star Wars toys?" And I said, "Yeah, I do have a few." And he said, "Well, write down the things that you haven't got, the things that you might want, and I'll see what I can do." Well, I remember, rather embarrassingly now thinking about it, I filled up 2 sheets of paper full of all these things and gave you this whole list. My mum was horrified that I'd done this, because she said, you should have just written a couple of things. But anyway, I gave you the list. You only came with everything I had written, and I still have it to this day. The Millennium Falcon, like about 8 Stormtrooper figures, because I wanted a whole legion. I had the carrying case for the figures, the Darth Vader carrying. I mean, it's brilliant. So thank you.
Of course. Now, see, that to me is really meaningful. Really care about the, you know, whenever you start getting grumpy about, oh, it's hot in here, and I'm uncomfortable. You have to remember who you're doing it for and what the end product is going to be like, you know. And I was someone who could totally relate to you in the sense that, like, I was him at that age. I was a huge fan. It would be like someone saying, you're going to be in the next Ray Harryhausen film. You're going to be in the sequel to, you know, Clash of the Titans or something like that. I wouldn't have believed it. And I used to go over the famous monsters and think, boy, if I were rich, I'd get the Frankenstein. I'd make lists of what I want if I had all the money in the world. And it was just a fantasy. I mean, I could never have it. And so it's funny, my son Nathan was born when we were doing Empire in St. John's Wood at Avenue Clinic, and he, you know, it was in his DNA to be a fan, because I'm his dad, and you know, he was on set, and he loved the Muppets, and we did the Muppet Show, and Frank Oz did Yoda. There was that connection with them. The joy of getting a box, in a big brown box with the Kenner. That was one of his first words as a toddler. He goes, Kenner.
Really?
when he was still in diapers, you know, he couldn't recognize mom, dad, but boy, he knew Kenner. And I used to tell them, I said, you know, you're very lucky, because, you know, not most of the kids at your school can't have all these toys. It's too expensive. We're just really, really, really lucky that we're on a comp list.
So Mark, thank you for joining us here at Celebration Europe, and also here online at StarWars.com. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Warwick.